I mean,
Americans
but Biden points out in one of the speeches that essentially all the radicals were shipped off to America at some point.
Yeah.
Which is true in a way. So I guess maybe that's why.
And I mean, it's very clear to me that radicalism is passed on biologically. This is because you look at the
founded to educate
original wave of migrants that went to Jamestown and went to America, and you look at the way Christianity has morphed and has kind of, sorry, I've used the word that that's going to have semi-gog screaming, but has kind of mutated and changed with the times. But you can just see that kind of backwards preacher attitude never really goes away. Like even in modern Americans of all types, you still see it. Like a lot of people always point out that white South Africans, the real sort of Dutch ones, are very difficult to deal with. The people are like, they're so rude and arrogant, and I'm convinced it's because their ancestors were hardcore chosen people Calvinists. Because they literally believed that when they went to there's an essay, I think it's by Kruger or one of his associates, where he's trying to explain the South African worldview to a British ambassador, and he says that what you have to realize is that we were put here in Africa by God, and everything else, the British, the Zulus, the Bantus, the trees and the rocks, they're all the same. They're all just dressing. They don't really exist. It's only we exist. Everything else is just, plants and animals that God put here, basically. And I see, and so you fast forward to now, even somebody who has no understanding of the religious background, no real interest in Christianity, they'll still have the chosen people complex. That is my theory, is that sort of hardcore Protestant radicalism is passed down in the blood, that you can't actually just turn it off. It never goes. And again, this is not an exculpation of any group or of a criticism of any people. This is purely just thinking off my head for on this particular topic.
I mean, the other thing I'll note, I mean, just talking about Revolu P. Oliver, and again, like I said, a good resource. But if I was to say there's one other element that he embodies in the American version of what the right of the further extremities of the right, let's just say, he also embodies what they call the paranoid style in American politics. So, I mean, he's not like Alex Jones or something like that, but he's prone to the odd conspiracy theory. He was a John Birch, Reds Under the Bed. I mean, some of the paranoia was justified, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of there.
It's the way they carry it out, isn't it? It's really hard.
There's always that element. And again, I don't know where that comes from either. But anyway, let's carry on. Dari DZ says, failure of liberalism, my bad listening, incognito at work. I mean, the thing is, any of those political speeches by Bowden's a good introduction, I would say.
I mean, I wouldn't say Bowden needs an introduction other than just turning his speeches on, and listening.
Yeah, just start watching and just listen to one a day or whatever. Lady of Shalott says Bowden